What is the Iowa State IDP? The Iowa State Individual Development Plan is a toolkit and resource for graduate students and postdoctoral scholars at Iowa State. Whether you are at the beginning of your degree program or actively preparing for the next phase of your career, use the Iowa State IDP toolkit to boost your professional competencies and advance your career plan. The Iowa State IDP tools can enable you to assess your strengths and identify skills for improvement, set short, medium, and long-term goals, locate and assess specialized resources, seek timely assistance from your mentor, enhancing your relationship, develop a comprehensive action plan for both your academic and professional growth, and track your professional development throughout your time at Iowa State. To access the Iowa State IDP, download the Iowa State IDP Toolkit from SciBox. The toolkit includes an Excel file, a box note, and a PDF. The box note gives instructions on how to unblock the file after you download it. Instructions are provided for multiple operating systems. The Iowa State Individual Development Plan Handbook includes detailed instructions for working through the IDP tool. It includes explanations for each skill listed in the tool and example behaviors at each stage of development for each skill in the tool. For the Iowa State IDP to work properly, you need to enable content after you download the file. The box note includes instructions for overriding security features in Windows and other operating systems. It is important to unblock the Excel file that you download for the Iowa State IDP. It is equally important not to unblock other kinds of files that you might download from the internet. The Iowa State IDP tool has 4 tabs. The first tab, About, lists instructions on how to use IDPs generally as part of your professional development planning with your major professor or PI. The second page is the dashboard. This will get populated after you complete your self-assessment and use the Iowa State Resource Finder to identify resources that you want to use for professional development. The Self-Assessment tab lists the 5 competencies that are supported by the Iowa State Graduate College Professional Development Team, including communication, research and professionalism, teaching and mentoring, career readiness, and leadership. You will need to assess your skills within each of these competencies. Click Self-Assess to open up a self-assessment tool. The tool will list the skill at the top, including a button to view an elaborated description of the skill and a button to view example stage behaviors for the skill. The stage behaviors can help you self-assess your current stage of development for that skill. The self-assessment tool also allows you to add a skill to your goal list that will populate on your dashboard. Click Save and Next to save your self-assessment for each skill until you get to the end of the skills in that competency. Once you have assessed all of your skills, return to the dashboard to see them listed under the appropriate stages. You should also see that the Competency Development Priorities area has been populated with a pie chart. That pie chart reflects your professional development skill goals. Next, you'll want to use the Resource Finder to identify opportunities to develop the skills in your goal list. First, select a competency from the competency list, then select a skill from the skill list. The resources will populate below. Click Learn More to find out who offers that resource, a link out to the web page about that resource, and an opportunity to add the resource to your to-do list. When you have populated your dashboard with a self-assessment summary, competency development priorities, and a to-do list, it's ready for you to bring it to your major professor or PI to start a conversation about professional development. Good luck using the Iowa State IDP to plan your professional development journey. If you need help with any of the competencies listed in the IDP, please reach out to the Graduate College.